Well, it's not Slim Shady Kart, it's Shady Lewd Kart, which you've probably never even heard of because this is a game that's not Mario Kart and not for kids. So um, I give it kudos for trying something new. It's the first ever ecchi kart game that I know of. Very different than Mario Kart, which is like for kids slash families. Um, so I was surprised when I first started hearing like cuss words in this game, and then there was like girls being suggestive, girls talking about, I guess normally norm like taboo topics um, in this game, and just acting kind of suggestive. The game really doesn't take itself too seriously. With that said, there's 3 unlockable carts with 4 stages in each cart. Um, sorry, cup I meant. And there's a lot of unlockable carts. I think there's like 30 to 60 carts, so there's a lot to unlock if you love that sort of thing. 4 tracks per cup. Many of the characters or stages are referring to characters from other games as well. Like there's Haiti or Monster Girl Island. Each character has a dedicated introduction and ending in the game, which is kind of interesting, unlike Mario Kart. And you collect coins in each track not to speed yourself up like in Mario Kart, but to actually use the coins to unlock stuff in the store, where you can get like new character images, carts, and these interesting cutscenes where the different characters show their affections, let's just say. The visuals for like half the game are pretty underwhelming. I know it's like a much lower budget, let's say Mario Kart, but the other half of the game looks kind of respectable. Like the island stage I thought was pretty good looking, actually, all things considered. The item boxes, they're similar to Mario Kart items with like a Lewd twist. Like, it's just weird. Instead of bananas, you're throwing like girls' panties, which is really weird to see at first. And then there's like homing panties. Like, it's really far out there and weird after playing Mario Kart. So, and then there's like vibrators that boost your vehicle, which I'm not even gonna think about why that happens. Instead of mushrooms. And then there's like condoms as like protective bubbles so you don't get hit by the flying panties. Like, it's pretty crazy stuff. It's even weirder saying it out loud for me. Now the cons in this game, I find like there's so many tracks in the game that seem to be like similar to Mario Kart stages you've seen before. And they just don't feel super unique, a lot of the stages in this game. Like, they seem acceptable and decent. And the game itself looks okay, but the style is definitely an acquired taste. Like, I'm sure there's some people who be like, yeah, this is you know, kind of PlayStation 1 graphics. Because it's got like a low poly pixelated look to it, that not everyone's going to be, you know, okay with. The racing itself kind of feels clunky and stiff. There's not much point in like drifting, at least I didn't really bother to try, because if you're a decent racer, it's a pretty skill-based game. If you're a decent racer, you can catch up to the other racers, unless they're like sort of cheating, like the one-on-one boss races, which I feel they definitely seem to be cheating. Heavily favored of the bosses. The game sometimes, which I found was really annoying, would tell me I was driving the wrong way, but I wasn't. And then it would go away if I just ignored the fact that it was telling me I was driving the wrong way. Like, there was something with the way that the map twisted that I just didn't like that. And it's confusing. The price of the game is quite high. For $22.79, I felt that was really high for this game. It should be. I understand that there's a lot of playtesting involved with making a kart racer and, you know, developing a game world from scratch and everything, but yeah, that seems really high. It should be like a $10 or $15 game, I feel like. So the dating portion of the mechanic characters, it seems sort of tacked on, unfortunately. It's not really a dating sim as it's sort of touted to be. The unlockable loot's static and not full screen, like, so it's not really dating, it's just like dating stills, I guess, which I didn't realize at the time. Each track needs a mini map or like an overhead showing where you are in relation to all the racers, because otherwise you're confused, like, and then suddenly I came off of a ramp for example, and like I saw like 4 to 8, maybe all of the racers underneath as I was going off of the ramp. I'm like, cool, I caught up. And other times it's like, wow, I guess I'm never catching up because I have no idea where everyone is. Yeah, and it's you just, if you wanted like a more adult oriented Mario Kart, this might be interesting. I'd recommend watching videos of this game first, then you get an idea of what it looks like, how it interacts. Another major criticism, I forgot to write this down, is the music's either there and okay, but it's like so panned in the background that like it's barely noticeable at all, and sometimes all you hear is like the actual item boxes, and the racers don't really interact with each other either, so it's like it's a pretty quiet game, and it feels like the music's not there, even though sometimes it is there, just it's really panned to the back in the background. So I would say give this one a try for $10 to $15 if this is like sounds at all interesting to you, or funny, or amusing, whatever. I just feel like this is definitely an acquired taste. It's not going to compete directly with Mario Kart. It's going to have its own niche. It's on sale right now for 18 bucks, which I still feel is pretty high in the Steam Summer Sale. You're either going to fall in love with this, or you're going to go right back within minutes to Mario Kart and just play that instead. I feel like a stopgap racer, to be honest. It just needs more tracks. Like, that's the biggest thing. I beat all the tracks, then I was no longer interested in playing it, to be honest. And it's a solid 7 for like the 5 to 10 hours needed to unlock everything. But it's all the tracks. Like, I feel like there weren't really any tracks that stood out to me saying, oh, this is super unique. It just feels like something I've seen before, to be honest, unfortunately. So in the meantime, keep it shady and keep on karting.